I am the child of Masao, the Great Spirit. Turquoise for my body, silver for my soul. He unites me with the beauty all around me. The bears, the deer, and the birds are all part of me, and I am part of them. As brothers, the universe is our home, and in it we walk with beauty in our minds, with beauty in our hearts, and with beauty in our steps. In beauty we were born. In beauty we will live. In beauty we will die. Tomorrow, Roseanne.
Tomorrow. 2 years go so fast.
And now time for your people again. Time for you to know what is good and best for you.
Well, maybe I'll come back. Would you like me to come back?
You will not return. I will die soon and journey to a far land.
Oh, but...
This is our last visit.
Oh, Yazzie, it's your stone.
No, the stone of all people.
Who's the pony?
You know him. You have seen him running in the rain, heard him talking in the wind. He is in the greatest mountains and in a sand pebble. An owl, a leaf, the sun. He is in me and in you.
The Great Spirit.
Yes, Masao. He lives in everything, and everything lives in him. And he is in the turquoise pony. Trust him, Roseanne. Ride with him, and he will carry you to what is good and beautiful.
Well, how will I know when I found what's beautiful and truthful?
When you can feel him in another, you will search and suffer. All suffer. But do not be afraid. Morning comes to the darkest valleys. The pony of truth. The pony of love. He carries me through the night. He carries all people through their sorrows. The gentle pony of strength. Gentle and loving. Gentle and loving, he carries us through the nights.
Insight, stories of spiritual conflict in the 20th century.
Is God a stern old tyrant with darting eyes who's looking for an excuse to send us to hell? Is he a celestial Santa Claus who lives up in the clouds, has a long white beard, pats us on the head and gives us candy canes when we're good little boys? Or is God the loving ground of our being, who lives in us and yet flows beyond us? Someone who is seeking a loving personal relationship with us. And where is God to be found? In outer space beyond the stars? Or in ourselves and in those around us? And how is God to be found? By sealing ourselves off from the world? Or by involving ourselves in that world, reaching out in love to our brother human beings?
That was great, Mrs. Barnard. The roast beef was just how I remembered.
Oh, I'm glad, honey, but go on with your story.
Well, this slope was down there, carrying something on his head. And when he saw the copter, he started to run. Well, I yelled to the pilot to hold her real steady, because I'm going to knock the rice balls out of that little gook.
What was he carrying on his head?
Oh, hush, Bessie.
Well, they'd knocked 2 copters down the week before, so I sprayed him. And when he went down, he clutched that package to his chest. Well, the Lord alone knows what he had in that thing.
Well, this is a terrible war, and to have peace, we must pay for it.
Look, I didn't want to go over there in the first place, no more than the next guy, but well, this country gives us liberty and freedom. That's got to cost something. Somebody has to pay for it, right?
Well, God was with you, Bruce. He heard our prayers, and he brought you back safely from the hands of the communists. God's always on the side of right and just.
Mama, do we have dessert?
Oh, nearly forgot, honey. It's raisin pudding.
Bruce, what was in the package?
What package?
The package the man was carrying.
Well, ammo, probably.
I'll bet it was his clothes and food.
It was ammo.
How do you know? Did you land?
I just know, understand?
What happened to him?
To who?
The man who was carrying the package.
I told you, I don't know. We flew away.
Did he do something bad?
He was a commie, our enemy.
Was he afraid when he saw you? I bet he cried, huh?
Bessie, you're too young to understand any of this. Now wait until you're older.
Roseanne, did the man die?
Will you make her stop?
Yes, Bessie, I suppose the man died.
Bruce killed him?
Uh-huh.
Why?
I told you, he was an enemy.
I don't understand, Roseanne.
He died because he didn't believe in the same things the men in the helicopter believed in. Other than that, he was just a person, just like you and me.
What are you telling her? He was a gook.
It doesn't seem right somehow.
No, it never does.
Didn't anybody love him? Was he that bad?
I guess nobody took the time to ask him, Bessie.
Nobody took the time to ask me either.
Well, here we are.
How's Daddy, Mom?
He's just fine. He's enjoying his work more every day.
No, he's not. He was sipping the other night. I got up for a glass of water and he was sitting in the kitchen all alone.
Well, he was just tired, that's all. But he wasn't drinking.
He was. He was humming that tune he always hums when he's sipping. When I came in, he asked if I'd like to dance.
Now, Elizabeth, you know Daddy isn't that way anymore. He's even gone back to the church.
But I like to dance with Daddy. He puts my feet on his, and we dance all around the kitchen, and the pots bang on the walls. He sings real loud and beats time with his palm on my head. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to his belt, but I always like to dance with Daddy.
Is he coming home tonight, Mom?
Well, I was hoping he'd be home in time for lunch.
Oh, it'd be great to see him.
Just like me, huh?
Look, Bruce, I've been away a long time, you know.
Oh, hey, that's right, Roseanne. You haven't told us about Vista. How do you like living in a teepee?
I found living with the Navajo rewarding.
Rewarding? The only reward would be to get them off the reservation. But I guess they just can't make it in the real world, huh, Roseanne? Well, I think they're a bunch of freeloaders, don't you, Mrs. Barnett?
Yes, I suppose so. Well, I've never met one.
I hear they, eat with their fingers and sleep with animals and that they smell.
Bruce, I don't think that...
Well, I do.
Rosanna...
I go over and give 2 years of my life to return to this. This isn't the girl I left. Roseanne? Roseanne, will you look at me when I talk to you?
I'm sorry, Bruce. I guess we should talk, but...
Thanks for the lunch, Mrs. Barnett. See you later, Bessie.
Bye, Bruce.
Roseanne, you know my number. If you haven't lost that, too.
But Bruce, Roseanne, that was terrible of you.
The pudding's really good, Mom.
You were practically engaged, honey. What are people going to say? Oh, Roseanne, call him up.
She's awake.
Does Mom always run up to her like that? She never used to, did she, Bessie?
Grandmother's sicker now.
Well, come on.
No, you go, Roseanne. I'm not happy up there. I don't think Grandmother's helped Mommy and Daddy.
Why?
She doesn't let Mommy have any time for Daddy.
And behold, there will be a great earthquake, and the sun shall become black. And men will desire death, but death will flee from them. Fear God, Alvina, fear his wrath, that death will not touch you until you have the seal of God.
Yes, Mama.
Oh, stop fussing. Yes, Jonah, you always listen to Grandmother. You know what grandmother tells you is right. Good boy, Jonah. Who's that? Who's there?
It's Roseanne, Mama. She's come home.
The prodigal daughter come back.
Hi, Grandma.
We must kill the fatted calf, Alvina.
Well, how about your tea and mineral oil instead?
Grandma, if I did something real bad, would God put a plague on me, do you think?
Maybe he would. Maybe he wouldn't. But he'd make sure you got your just punishment.
So that's why there's so much suffering and war in the world, huh? Because people are bad.
Well, if men are sinful, then there is war down here. It's God's way of spanking his children.
Grandma, do you know who Masau is?
Huh?
Masau, the Great Spirit. It's a Navajo name for God. The good God, who doesn't want us to suffer, who gives us beauty and love, not war and hate.
Oh, don't you listen to her, Jonah. They put evil in her. 2 years gone and she's come back a heathen. True and righteous are his judgments. He will judge and avenge the blood of his servants.
Smells musty in here.
What are you going to do?
We're going to let some air and sunshine in.
No, the light hurts my eyes.
But it's summer outside, Grandma. The skies are blue, the birds are singing. There's a peaceful God outside.
Oh, don't you speak to me about God and close those curtains.
Oh, your God, Grandma. Hell and brimstone. Go to church every Sunday. Don't think dirty thoughts of your mind will turn to fertilizer. Read your Bible, fear God, and take cold showers.
The devil's got hold of you, girl.
Devils, Grandma. Oh, the greatest are the ones that men create for themselves. People see God in different ways, you know. Look, Grandma, you see this pony? Well, to the Navajo, this pony is a symbol of God.
Oh, filth, heresy.
Oh, why don't you let him go?
No.
He's dying, you know. Why don't you let him out and give him his freedom?
There are too many things out there to kill him. Now you leave him alone and get away. Get away.
Poor Jonah. God gave you wings to fly with, but you can't use them. You speak what you're told to speak, huh? Jonah, you got yourself swallowed up, I'm afraid.
Go away. I want to pray.
Well, I'll pray with you.
You don't know my prayers.
Well, I'll pray with you anyway.
Oh, God, who has condemned us all to die. But on that day of judgment, when my face grows pale and livid, and my hair is stiff and bathed with the sweat of death, then Almighty God,
as brothers,
have
we
pity
are
on
one in
me.
you. The pony of truth, the pony of love. He carries me through the nights.
My land, Alvina.
Right here, Mama. I brought you some cookies that you...
She prays to animals. Your daughter.
Well, it looks like we beat the storm. Coming in?
No.
I enjoyed the movie, Bruce.
Sure.
You know, on a night like this, the Indians say that the stars are resting in the clouds.
Is that what they say?
Oh, hey, don't be that way.
How do you want me to be? The way you are?
No, you can't. We already talked about that.
They've changed you, Roseanne. You're not the same girl I knew.
Look, 2 years ago, Bruce, we said goodbye at the train. We were 2 kids then. Well, we're older now, and you won't find the girl who waved goodbye to you from the platform.
We believed in the same things once. We went to church together. We were proud of our country.
And once upon a time, we thought that our country could solve all the world's problems, didn't we? Bruce, do you love me?
Yes, but I don't know how to handle it. You've changed, and we just don't think the same way anymore.
Do we have to? Is that what love means?
I can't change the way I am.
And I can't think the way you do. The girl at the station could, but I can't.
All right, Roseanne. What do you believe in?
Oh, I don't know. I know that killing isn't love. And I know a few other things, too, but mainly I guess I'm ignorant. I don't have the answers.
Fine. You don't have the answers, but you condemn me because I do.
I'm not condemning you, Bruce. No one is totally right. No one has all the answers. But I've been learning some.
You have the wrong teachers, Roseanne. I've been reading about your Indians. 70% unemployment, 5th grade educations, the highest birth rate in the nation, and the highest suicide rate. Well, the drunkards, poverty, filth. That's beautiful, Roseanne. That's really very beautiful.
When you love someone, you try to help them through the sorrow.
And yet, when you look at me, you don't help me. Now, that's not my idea of love.
I do love you, Bruce, in a way you wouldn't understand.
No, I don't understand.
Oh, wow, we're standing so close to each other. But really, we're so far apart, aren't we?
In a few days, it won't matter.
Why?
I've signed up for another tour of duty. While you're searching for your dream, I'll be off defending your inalienable right to do so. So you stick with your Indians, Roseanne. And I'll use my gun, and someday we'll see who was right.
I love you, Bruce.
I pity you, Roseanne. It's time to bury the girl who knew who she was. Put up a tombstone. Here lies Roseanne, massacred by the Indians.
Shot off from merry-go-round horse with arrows of daydreams, huh?
Goodbye, Roseanne.
Oh, happy, happy are we. Waltzing together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Dancing, dancing are we. Happy together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, I got an idea. Look, give me your hand. And we're gonna go over there. And that's it. You hold on to that chair. Good. And we'll, you know, rest for about 5 seconds so that you can catch your breath.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time's up.
Is by chance your next dance taken, madam?
Why, no, sir. I'm just a poor wallflower.
Wallflower? Oh, no, baby. No, you're the fairest maid in the whole ball. Why, you know something? You could even make birds fly upside down just so they might catch a glimpse of your beauty. You're Cinderella.
You flatter me, sir. Surely you must be a prince.
Oh, shucks, ma'am. I'm just a humble field hand, come to dance with the Princess of Loveliness. I bow to you. Curtsy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, it's almost midnight.
Why? What happens at midnight, Daddy?
I turn into a big, fat, ugly frog. Come on. Ready?
Yep.
Waltzing, waltzing with me, dancing together, dance.
Oh, Daddy.
Wow. The Queen's gonna give me the guillotine for this.
Maybe we can glue them
What?
together.
You cut yourself. Not all the king's horses, not all the king's men. What?
Daddy?
Rosie!
Hi.
For Pete's sake, Rosie! Let me look at you. A full-grown woman.
Oh, Daddy, what happened?
Oh, well, we were dancing.
Uh-oh, Mom's really going to give it to you.
Well, we'll never get away with it. I'll tell you.
John.
It wasn't his fault. It was just an accident.
Gone a week. You haven't even phoned, and now you come home drunk.
Alvina. Well, after all, I've been to Leoville, Kansas. I'm a salesman of nuts and bolts, you know.
What you are is a poor excuse for a father.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, Rosie. I guess I always manage to foul things up somehow.
Just a big dumb zero, huh?
Come on, Bessie.
Night, Daddy. Night, Roseanne.
Good night, Bessie. Under the big sky, feathers, ponies, drums. The moon talks under the big sky of the Great Spirit. I ride with rains of wind. I ride with the Great Spirit singing in me. In the big sky. In the big sky down deep inside me.
I read all your letters, Rosie. They were beautiful. I wish I could believe in things the way you do.
Oh, Daddy, I feel like I'm on a long journey. All the time searching. I think I found something with the Indians, but I don't know what it is yet. Daddy, do you believe there's a God?
I don't think so. I guess I never have.
Why?
I don't know. I just can't feel things. I can't feel things the way you do.
Sometimes I feel like I'm at the bottom of a hole. No sun ever gets down there. Day's just the same as night. It's just dark all the time. And I get scared. Just like a kid.
It happens. Even after you're young. Look at me. I'm 53 years old. I'm scared all the time.
Of what, Daddy?
Just things, you know? Things I can't see. Well, you know, I tote my little briefcase around, wheeling and dealing. Head salesman for Loman and Peabody Incorporated, with a trunk full of achievement trophies. Big deal. I make good money. 2 cars, a nice home, or even a porch to sit on and drink lemonade on hot summer nights. But yet, sometimes, I feel like I have nothing. I feel all empty inside. That's when I get scared, Rosie. I think maybe I'd even like to die then.
What do you feel like when you dance with Bessie, Dad?
Oh, that's just a game.
Who are you then?
Oh, I'm just me. You know, frog, daddy. Not head nuts and bolt salesman. I like to sing and watch her face.
Is it love you feel then?
Yes.
And you don't feel empty?
No.
You know, that's how I felt out there on the reservation, Dad. Maybe that's how it all is. Maybe when you love someone, you can see God in them. Maybe we can only know what God is by loving and, well, suffering with other people.
It's confusing, Rosie.
You know, I think that's maybe what I found, Dad. You know, the Indians have nothing they call their own. They freeze and they starve. Most of them die before they're even 45. Everything's been taken from them.
But they should be a bitter and angry people.
I know, but they aren't, Daddy. They live in peace and harmony with God, with nature, with themselves. It's something that, well, that I couldn't understand before, but I think I do now.
No, no. Mama.
Oh, flesh. Burning.
We're here.
Flesh.
We're here, Violet. We're all here with
I'll
you.
go call the doctor. Oh, God. When my face grows pale and limp, my hair's stiff and bathed with the sweat. No. I feel you. Where are you? Where are you?
Nothing will hurt you, Violet. We're all here. We all love you.
It's so dark. Dark. I'm so afraid. Oh, hold on. Hold me. Hold on to me.
Yes, Violet.
Oh, my God. Let me see you.
He's here. here, Violet. He's here. With us.
Yes. He's here. High skies. Summer. Sunlight is so warm. So warm.
Bessie?
I let him out. I let Jonah out of the whale's belly. He isn't swallowed up anymore. I had to do it. Something just told me it had to be.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about him.
I hope he's not scared. Oh, Roseanne, if I could only see him.
You see a lot more than we do, Bessie. He'll be fine. He'll be mourning soon.
The storm is over. She was warm when she died.
Oh, God.
Daddy, I've only taken the first step on a 1,000-mile journey. You're 500 miles along. Daddy, dance with us. Bessie. The pony of truth. The pony of love. He carries me through the nights. He carries all people through their sorrows. Our gentle pony of strength. Gentle and loving. Gentle and loving. He carries us through the nights.
Insight is a production of the Paulist Fathers, a group of Catholic priests who serve their God by serving those outside their church.